The wing snapping always happened before first bell. Krisha folded herself smaller in the corner of the habitation pod, her iridescent wings tucked so tight against her back that the membrane ached. Through the translucent walls of the Galactic Academy's common area, she could see them coming. 3 Vorth Cal students, their armored carapaces gleaming under the station's artificial lights, mandibles clicking with anticipation. "There's the little moth," Grakthar rumbled, his voice like grinding stone. The largest of the 3 blocked her only exit. "Ready for your morning lesson?" Krisha's antennae drooped. She'd reported the incidents to Headmaster Qualix 17 times. 17 times she'd been told that physical discipline builds character and Mothri need to develop thicker membranes. Easy for a crystalline qual to say. Their people were literally made of living diamond. The first blow came fast. Grakthar's armored fist caught her left wing at the joint, and Krisha heard the familiar crack of delicate bone structure giving way. She bit back a cry. Crying only made it last longer. "Pathetic," spat Vreek, the female of the group. "Your species shouldn't have been allowed into the academy. Fragile things." Krisha's wing hung at an unnatural angle, already beginning its slow, painful regeneration process. By tomorrow morning, it would be healed enough for them to break again. The cycle had continued for 3 standard months. She didn't see Jennifer until it was too late for the Vorthkal to run. The human girl materialized between Krisha and her tormentors like a sudden storm. Jennifer Chen stood barely 1.6 meters tall, small by most galactic standards, with dark hair pulled back in a practical tail and wearing the Academy's standard gray jumpsuit. She looked to the Vorthkal's compound eyes, utterly unremarkable. "Back off," Jennifer said quietly. Grakthar laughed, a sound like boulders tumbling down a mountainside. "Or what, soft skin? Humans are barely cleared for gravity above .8. You're as fragile as she is." Jennifer's expression didn't change. "I said back off." Vreek moved first, her armored limb swinging toward Jennifer's head in a blow that would have shattered a Mothri skull. Jennifer didn't flinch. Her hand snapped up, caught the armored wrist, and twisted. The sound of Vreek's carapace cracking echoed through the common area. What happened next would be analyzed in Academy security footage for years to come. Jennifer moved like liquid violence, her small frame somehow generating leverage that physics said shouldn't be possible for her size. She used Vreek's own momentum to slam the larger alien into Grakthar, then pivoted and drove her elbow into the 3rd Vorthkal's mandible joint with surgical precision. Grakthar roared and charged. Jennifer dropped low, swept his legs, all 4 of them, and as the massive alien toppled forward, she drove her knee up into his facial plates. Another crack. Dark blood oozed from between his mandibles. "Human bones break too," Jennifer said, breathing hard but steady. "But we're really good at making sure the other guy breaks first. Evolutionary trait. 10,000 years of making bigger predators regret their choices." Vreek struggled to her feet, cradling her cracked arm. "You'll be expelled, executed. Humans are supposed to be peaceful." Jennifer's smile was cold. "We're peaceful when people leave us alone, and when people leave our friends alone." She stepped closer to the 3 injured Vorthkal. "You want to know what makes humans scary? We're persistence predators. We chase things until they die of exhaustion. We break easily, sure, but we heal while we're chasing you. And we never, ever forget." Security drones arrived then, humming with alarm protocols. Jennifer didn't resist as they surrounded her. Krisha finally found her voice. "Why?" she whispered, tears tracking down her fuzzy cheeks. "You'll be punished. Humans aren't. You're not supposed to—" "Fight?" Jennifer looked back at her, and Krisha saw something ancient in those human eyes, something that predated space stations and galactic academies. "Yeah, we're not supposed to." Most species figured out civilization by evolving past violence. Humans? She shrugged. We got civilized, but we kept the violence, just in case we needed it. The hearing lasted 3 hours. Headmaster Qualix's crystalline face somehow managed to convey fury as he reviewed the security footage. Miss Chen, you hospitalized 3 students. Vreek's arm requires regeneration therapy. Grakthar has a fractured facial plate. This is completely... Where's the footage from the past 3 months? Alex Rivera stood up in the observation gallery, his human voice cutting through the proceedings. Jennifer's roommate and closest friend, he'd spent the entire morning pulling archived security files. Because I've got 17 incidents of Krisha being assaulted, 17 reports she filed, 0 interventions from staff. Qualix's surface flickered with uncomfortable light. The Mothri are a delicate species. They need to adapt to being beaten daily. Alex's dark eyes were hard. Interesting educational philosophy, Headmaster. I'm sure the Galactic Council would love to hear about it. Especially the part where you tell a species they need to develop thicker membranes, while larger students systematically abuse them. The headmaster fell silent. Jennifer spoke quietly into the stillness. Humans have a saying, all that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. I did something. Charge me if you want, but I'm not sorry. In the end, the Vorthkal bullies were expelled. Jennifer received a formal censure and mandatory anger management classes, which she attended without complaint. Alex made sure every human on the station knew what had happened, and suddenly Krisha found herself surrounded by a protective bubble of soft-skinned, fragile humans who smiled politely, but watched everything with those unsettling predator eyes. Her wings healed completely for the first time in months. 3 weeks later, Jennifer found Krisha on the observation deck, watching Earth rotate in the distance, a blue marble of water and violence and unexpected kindness. Thank you, Krisha said softly. I don't understand humans. You're so... contradictory. Jennifer smiled, genuinely this time. We're persistence predators who wrote poetry, killers who built hospitals. We're walking contradictions. She put a gentle hand on Krisha's shoulder. But here's the thing about humans. We protect our pack. You're in the pack now. Krisha's antennae perked up. Pack? Friends, Jennifer clarified. Family, same thing to us. Below them, Earth continued its ancient rotation, home to a species that had somehow carried both infinite gentleness and ruthless violence into the stars and knew exactly when to use each.